Okay, this video is about my experience going to Florida, Seduction Cosmetics, Dr. Abeer. I'm just gonna give it to you the quick and dirty version of what I did to get there, a little bit about the after, and just I would say like my little horror story. So let me get started so I can see if I can condense this in 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, I made my deposit in August of 2020 for a December date. I was told initially that that date was there was nothing left this year. I guess somebody must have canceled, or if you have cash or come first, they put you in. I got in. I found a friend to go with me. I paid for her plane ticket so she could be there. Research recovery homes, set up the post-op massages, had all that set up. So we flew out there December 9th. Or no, maybe it's December 8th. Because I ended up having surgery on the 9th. So I think I went, I went the day before, so I could be there for the post-op. Did that. Let me see. Got there, went to the, for the pre-op, my bad, not post-op. Went to the pre-op, filled out all that paperwork. They were rude. Let me just put it that way. When they tell you that these girls are rude at the front desk, because you're not dealing with the same folks that you're talking to versus the ones that's there in the clinic. They're getting people coming out all the time. They were rude. Pretty much take you in the room, get you naked, have you go pee, come back, don't really say nothing to you, tell you wait in the waiting room. They do your before photos. Like, it's very cut and dry, very not friendly at all, like almost like a slaughterhouse. And maybe that's the experience when you're dealing with places like Seduction Cosmetics. I can only speak for Seduction. I can't speak for these other places. Got done. They had me in the waiting room. I didn't know if I could leave yet. Then they finally asked me why I was waiting around. It's like, well, you told me I was waiting to get cleared, right? Because they make you do blood work and all, stuff beforehand. Oh yeah, you've been cleared. So they had me sitting there for an hour and a half before. Cool. Let me go ahead and just enjoy myself, wait the next day. My recovery place, took me there. I got there. The medical assistant did not speak English. So I was telling them that I couldn't do Vicodin. They would not give me or my driver from the recovery house the prescription prior. So then they could already have it by the time I got out of surgery. I ended up having the surgery, woke up shaking, couldn't really get out. My recovery home finally came to pick me up in the van. The mattress was deflated in the back. So I ended up immediately after surgery indenting my hip where the fat had been transferred, to fill in my dip. Driver was driving crazy. I mean, they didn't have anything like really prepared for anybody who had a tummy tuck and a BBL. So this recovery house, I would say, I pretty much didn't get a chance to sleep that whole night. They ended up going back to to Walgreens, right, to go get my prescription. I ended up having to bum a Percocet off somebody, but my pain tolerance had already risen so high that no matter what I took, CBDs, like I'm trying to do whatever I can to get the pain to go down, it was just there. So I was literally just sleeping on my knees, waiting until I can go to my post-op the next day. Post-op at Seduction, not much better. All you get is a medical assistant telling you, oh yeah, you look fine. Yeah, we'll make you do the first post-op massage, but it really isn't a massage. I mean, when I tell you they make you pay for this stuff, avoid all the additional costs if you can. That's the only thing I could tell you. It's not worth it. Wasn't worth it for me. Maybe you had a different experience. I had a really, really bad experience because my post-op bag was in the back seat and the driver did not take my post-op bag out the back seat. Didn't tell me they were picking me up in the owner car who left that night. Yes, the owner of Dreamhouse Recovery in Miami, Florida, had her driver or one of her CNA people pick me up in her car in the back with, this time the mattress was inflated, had me there, didn't take my post-op bag, drove to Orlando, wherever she was at, and then refused to drive back or to send me my belongings that had those shots that you need so then you don't get blood clots on the plane. I didn't have my stage 2 faja. She said she overnighted it, never got it. I got it a week later by the time I came back to Portland. So here I am, scared that I'm gonna get blood clots because I gotta fly 6 hours back to Portland, all because the owner refused to overnight my stuff or to drive back, in the fact that her drivers didn't have a checklist to say, hey, did you get this out the car? Did you do this? Did you do that? Like, I'm like, this could have been resolved just with a checklist of, right, of you checking for that kind of stuff. I'm in pain. I just got out of this thing. You told me to set my bags here. I gave them to you to put in the car. You had me climbing the back. I assumed you got my stuff out. I'm in pain. I just had surgery less than 24 hours ago. I'm supposed to think about my post-op bag too that you place somewhere else?